Hours had passed and the darkness had fully enveloped the road. You were shivering from the cold, your resolve wavering but still strong. No, I can't give up. I can't give up. I will find your father at any cost. Maybe I don't deserve a husband or partner, but you deserve your father. You whispered to yourself, wiping away the tears that had frozen on your cheeks. On the other side, while enjoying his dinner, Sugar was informed about your continued presence outside. So she's still sitting out there. The man's tone was professional, but the undercurrent of annoyance was evident. He relayed the information with a sense of urgency, trying to row Sugar attention away from his dinner. Bring her to my room. Sugar command was delivered with a sharp authoritative edge. His gaze was daily reflecting his irritation at the interruption. The request was straightforward. It left no room for negotiation. The boss wants to see his room. The man's voice was firm but devoid of emotion, his expression remaining impassive as he relayed Suga's order. He gestured you to follow him with. At the door to Sugar room, he motioned for you to enter and then left. You wiped your tears and opened the door, stepping into a room where Sugar lay on his king-size bed, resting his head against the headboard. His gaze was dark and intense as he motioned. You want more? Was I that good? His tone was mocking, and you shivered under the weight of his gaze. You walked slowly, still trembling down the cold and fear. Looking down at your foot, you spoke hesitantly. No, I came here to tell you that I am pregnant and you could be the father. Your voice was trembling, whisper, barely holding back the flood of emotion. You spoke quickly, your words trembling out in the desperate play. The vulnerability in your voice was palpable. You want money or my? Are you cooking so that you are cooking a story? Sugar tone was dismissive, a mixture of disbelief and scorn. His question was blunt and mocking, a clear indication of his contempt for the situation. He leaned back, his eyes narrowing as he scrutinized you with your cold detachment. I am not making up a story. I am really pregnant. Here's my address. If you had used that night, you wouldn't need to permit. If you did, please think about it. I'm not lying. Tomorrow at my home at 10 p.m. Your voice wavered between pleading and defiance. You handed him the piece of paper with your address, your hand shaking slightly. Your words were tinged with frustration and desperation, trying to convey the seriousness of your situation and the urgency of your request. Even if it's mine, you have to abort it. I'm not going to marry you. His voice was harsh and genuinely devoid of empathy. Sugar's statement was blunt and final, reflecting his willingness to be involved beyond a superficial level. His words were cold, cutting through your hope with their harshness. Don't come with the intention of killing my baby. You spoke with a mix of sadness and determination, your voice firm despite the tears streaming down your face. The statement was a plain warning, highlighting your resolve to protect the life growing inside you despite the bleakness of the situation. You returned home and fell into a restless sleep, the weight of your decision having on your mind. The next day, Jimin sent you the detailed information about Kim Taehyung. Kim surgery and J-Hope. You decided to visit J-Hope door, feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. Upon arriving, you find him in his dorm looking shocked as he sees you, and his dormmates glance you curiously. Do you remember me? Your voice trembles slightly with a mix of apprehension and spoke with a gentle tone, trying to offer a sense of hope and connection. No words were meant to convey that despite the current difficulties. I am sorry, Luna. I should have been more careful. His voice was sincere, filled with remorse. He looked up at you with a troubled expression, clearly affected by the gravity of your revelation. His apology was heartfelt, and it was evident that he felt a deep sense of responsibility. Don't feel bad, it's not certain yet. There are actually 6 people ahead of you in line. You reassured him with a small empathic smile, trying to ease some of the weight from his shoulders. Your words were intended to provide the context and mitigate any immediate guilt he might have felt. I'll try my best to make it. His response was tentative but sincere. He nodded slowly, his expression reflecting a mix of concern and determination. He seemed committed to addressing the situation as best as he could given his constraint. I am sorry, Obi, I didn't realize how young you are. You spoke with a genuine regret, acknowledging the impact of your actions on him. Your apology was heartfelt, recognizing the complexity of his positions and your own oversight. No, it's alright. I was the one who approached you. You were drunk and, Augusto was expecting. Though he seemed pained by the reminder of how the situation unfolded, he admitted his part in the encounter, trying to ease the burden of blame from your shoulders. Still, I am sorry. I need to go now. Goodbye. You gave him a small, obligate smile, your eyes reflecting both sadness and resolve. Your voice was soft, indicating your need to leave while acknowledging the complexity of the situation. You sit on the bench outside the conference room, your not so large as you wait for Taehyung to emerge. As soon as the door opened and Taehyung steps out, you said quickly, catching him by surprise. You grabbed his wrist and pulled him towards the lift, your urgency clear. I don't know if you remember me, but we had once, and now I'm pregnant. Your voice trembled slightly as you spoke, trying to keep your emotion in check. You looked at Taehyung, hoping he would recognize the seriousness of the situation. Holy hell, you telling me I'm going to be a father? My father been pushing me hard to provide an heir. Maybe we should get married. You were amazing that night. I wouldn't mind doing it with you every day. Marry me. The voice was laced with a mix of admiration and desire. His gaze grew intense and almost predatory as he stepped closer, placing a hand possessively on your waist. His words were both an offer and an assertion of his desire to continue the relationship. Easy, Mr. CEO. There are 6 more people ahead of you in line. You said, his voice with steady voice, trying to maintain control of the conversation despite the intensity of the moment. What do you mean? The confusion evident, his furrowed as he tried to understand your words, clearly taken aback by the revelation, and you were others involved. Come to this address tonight at 10 p.m. You said with a deliberate tone, handling a piece of paper and slipping it into his pocket with a purposeful motion. Your eyes met his briefly, showing a mixture of kindness and determination as he prepared to leave. You enter the bakery where Jun is busy behind the counter. His face shows surprise when he sees you, but you don't give him a chance to react before you confront him. Just one person to meet, and then you'll be done. A bakery owner. I hope he is as sweet as cake. God, please. Though I think I expected a bit more from him. Jin feels pale as he takes in your words. It looks increasingly uncomfortable and trying to maintain composure. Hush, just go away from him. What the hell is wrong with you, Mr. Baker? Jin's discomfort quickly turns to irritation. His voice rises, filled with frustration and embarrassment. You unholy girl, you, me that night. So why did you let me? You admitted you were just as interested as I was. Jin eye widen as he shakes his head, vehemently denying your claim. No, never. You messaged me, Jin. I have proof. Jin face turns a deeper shade of distress. He shifts uncomfortably, trying to justify himself. My friends made my account and forced me into meeting you because I was at the age of 30. You were having at 30? Seriously? Jin looked even more mortified, trying to explain his situation. Yes, I was following celibacy, but you ruined everything. Great, why now you involve someone who too. Jin frustration boils over, his voice trembling. And I couldn't control myself. I don't want to do it again. your first time you hit the right spot. What are you talking about? I am pregnant and you could be the father. Jin's expression turns to one of the horror and disbelief. He takes a step back, shaking his head in disbelief. I can't believe I did those unholy things with you, but you did, and there's no backing out now. What do you mean? Reach his address tonight at 10 p.m. Don't be late. You slip a piece of paper into his hand and give him a meaningful wink before turning on your heel and walking out of the back. You can hear his hurried footsteps behind you as he processes the situation. After leaving Jin, you head to the station to pick up your grandma, feeling a mixture of